FIR registered against Yuri Alemao, Vijay Sardesai and 450 protesters over unlawful assembly in Panjim. Goa police have filed an FIR against leader of opposition Yuri Alemao, Fatoda MLA Vijay Sardesai and 450 others, following a protest in Panjim over the assault on activist Rama Kankonkar. The charges include unlawful assembly and disruption of public order, with political leaders and activists named across the spectrum, raising tensions in the state's political landscape. Old Goa Diwar ferry service is suspended for ramp repairs till November 19th. Alternate route arranged. The River Navigation Department has announced suspension of ferry services on the Old Goa Diwar route from October 6th to November 19th for ramp repairs. 4 ferry boats will instead operate via the St. Pedro Diwar route during this period. Commuters have been advised to plan travel accordingly to avoid inconvenience during the repair work. India urges global action over human rights violations in POK amid ongoing protests and crackdowns. India's Ministry of External Affairs has condemned Pakistan's handling of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, urging the global community to hold Islamabad accountable for alleged human rights abuses. As anti-government protests erupt in POK over oppressive policies and resource exploitation, India called for international intervention to stop violence, restore freedoms, and investigate deaths and injuries caused by heavy crackdowns. Trump orders ceasefire. Israel prepares first phase of Gaza peace plan as Hamas signals support. In a potential breakthrough, US President Donald Trump has ordered Israel to halt airstrikes in Gaza, with Hamas showing partial acceptance of a proposed peace plan. Israeli PM Netanyahu confirmed preparations for the first stage of the plan, sparking cautious optimism after nearly 2 years of brutal conflict. The plan may pave the way for hostage releases and de-escalation. Hamas partially backs Trump's Gaza plan, demands more negotiations on key issues. Hamas partially agreed to Donald Trump's 20-point Gaza peace plan on Saturday, committing to release all remaining Israeli hostages. However, the group emphasized the need for further negotiations on key provisions, particularly those concerning Gaza's governance and its role. Hamas confirmed the release would proceed under certain conditions, but warned that critical issues regarding Palestinian rights remain unresolved. Congress labels Majegar scheme as pre-election gimmick, questions legality and timing. Ahead of its launch, the Congress has sharply criticized the Majegar housing scheme, calling it a political gimmick aimed at swaying voters before the 2027 assembly polls. Accusing the BJP of repeating pre-election announcements, Congress leaders also questioned the legality of allocating government land without auction, raising concerns about transparency and misuse of public assets. Goa Pollution Board rejects fish mill project in Kunkolim over missing local council NOC. In a significant setback, the Goa State Pollution Control Board has rejected its application for a fish mill project in Kunkolim, citing the absence of a mandatory no objection certificate from the Kunkolim Municipal Council. The rejection has halted the proposed facility planned on private land, sparking renewed scrutiny of industrial clearances in Goa. Government launches probe into e-commerce fees amid consumer protection concerns. The government is investigating additional charges, particularly cash on delivery fees, imposed by e-commerce platforms, Union Consumer Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi announced on Friday. He called such charges dark patterns aimed at exploiting consumers. The probe, coinciding with the festive shopping season, targets deceptive practices, with the minister warning of strict action against violators to protect consumer rights. India's push for petrochemical self-sufficiency could disrupt Asian supply chains. India is poised to become a major force in the petrochemicals industry, potentially intensifying supply imbalances in Asia, according to S&P Global Ratings. Following China's steps, India's push for self-sufficiency in petrochemical production could increase competition and challenge regional exporters. While the sector faces overcapacity and global demand issues, strong domestic demand for chemicals like polyethylene may keep India's market resilient. Check wait time slashed. RBI rolls out rapid clearance system across major cities. The Reserve Bank of India has launched a new check clearing system effective October 4th, ensuring same-day clearance for deposited checks. Under the fast check clearance system, checks deposited between 10 am and 4 pm will be processed by 7 pm. From January 2026, clearance will take just 3 hours. Positive pay is now mandatory for checks above Rs 5 lakh.